You know how to enter this video, right? Come on, let's go.
Come on!
Let's go! Welcome to Beerchat. How was this brand new funny intro? I made this intro especially this way a little bit because our beer we're trying this time is actually a beer that has some connections with the goodies. So I have a good friend of mine, a fellow veteran, and he is the senior vice commander of the local VFW post, who actually reviewed it beer for us. So I gave it to him pretty quick, and after that we dive into the story of the beer. Stay tuned.
Alrighty. Hello, friends of James. Hello, friends of Beer Chat. My name is Garrett. James was nice enough to bring this beer over to me. Last night we had planned on drinking it while I grilled some burgers, but we made it through a couple of other beers and couldn't get to this one. This one is called No Dignity Hazy IPA, made by the Pigeon Hill Brewing Company of, as it says here, beautiful downtown Muskegon. It doesn't really want to focus in there. I don't have the best cameras like James does. I'm just using the webcam on my tablet. It is 6.7% ABV, so it's going to be a little bit more potent than your over-the-counter alternative, Bud Light, for instance. This little catchphrase: "Who needs dignity when you have a juicy IPA?" Isn't that true? Okay, so here we go. Let's get the cracker open. Hopefully I didn't shake it. Sounds solid. Smells hazy. Smells like an IPA. Let's try it out. Thank you, bar manager, for letting me borrow this beer. Here we go. Having a good pour. Secret that I learned in the military: get that head to go down. Like James, I am a fellow veteran. I was an airman. There you go. That's good for now. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Initial thoughts on what it is. It is fairly hazy, as you can see. You can't see me through it, which that's a good sign. Very small bubbles, white, very white, not colored. Smells like an IPA, like somebody rubbed together pine needles and are forcing you to drink it. Let's try. Let's see. Tastes pretty good. Not crazy IPA-ish, but still very good. Don't want to waste anything. Yeah, it tastes pretty good. It's got a nice finish. It's not heavy on the tongue or anything like that. It doesn't make me think about pine cones all that much. No, that is quite pleasant. I probably wouldn't sit and pound a couple of these, but probably I would imagine with some spicy food, some buffalo wings, for example. I think that would go pair really well together. Yeah, all around fairly pleasant. Although at 6.7%, although that may not seem like much, anything beyond probably the first one, it may impact you a little bit more than what you'd be used to, but I think it's pretty good. I'm glad James brought it over. James brought over a couple other beers last night. Goodness gracious, those bourbon barrel aged beers. Wow, this is making me gassy. Some bourbon barrel aged beers. I'm not a big fan of those, and you can tell by my reaction to them, if you were watching me, that they didn't get along with me very well. But this one, I kind of wish James had brought more of these over, because this is very pleasant. I think we like I said, we had burgers last night, so that would have gone really well, I think. Definitely a warm weather beer. Something that I think I would enjoy drinking after possibly mowing the yard or working outside, or like James and I putting in a full day at Lowe's. That would be very pleasant. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got. James is much better at this than I am. Here's the can once more. It's pretty cool looking. There is the I can't remember what that pirate's name was. One-Eye Willie? That all right. One-Eyed Bart? I can't remember. But they find his ship. And there's Chunk. Yes, we all laughed when they forced the poor fat kid. We body shamed the poor fat kid. But hey, it was the 1980s. And I was barely alive back then. So I think it's acceptable. Like I said, it's a good all-around beer. I think it's very tasty. It's not too IPA, because like I told you, I'm not really into IPAs all that much. But yeah, thank you, James. Prost. That's about it. So yeah, thank you. If you want to see more of me, tell James. But that's me signing off. See you guys later.
Alright guys, so here we are back. So right now we hear the story behind it is that brewery, the Pigeon Hill Brewing Company, was established in 2014. So barely maybe 7 years old. Not that old at all, surprisingly. It is out of the really deep downtown area of Muskegon, Michigan, where 3 friends, one accountant, one accountant, one manufacturer, and he calls himself a liquor lawyer, came together. 3 friends decided they have their common interest in craft beer, and this craft beer became then their passion, and they started out in a very historic tap room in Muskegon, where even they say themselves that this is a brewery and a museum all together. So you can be in a museum because the tables, the walls, everything of Pigeon Hill Brewing Company is apparently very historic. That was their go-to, and they also told us the story behind Pigeon Hill Brewing Company is actually a massive sand dune in located on Muskegon Lake, and it is known as a Pigeon Hill. That was during the late 1800s. Pigeon Hill became a popular tourist attraction, bringing visitors from across the state. Originally known as a bluff at Fort Sherman, Pigeon Hill received the lasting name because of the thousands of passenger pigeons that congregated near its peak in the 1800s. And their selection, they have a huge variety of selections of beers. Surprisingly, it was like I've been tapping through them, and some of them is actually got 1762 Imperial Stout, Beach Please, is another drink, then Bear Clock Cider, Cafe Disco. So all their names have really interesting, very interesting name to it. And of course, and the No Diggity Hazy IPA was if you see it, like, got Chunk, the picture in the thing, hence my intro was quite interesting. But I've never had a chance to visit that brewery itself, but I'm going through their website right now and it looks phenomenal. So let's dig in some of the beautiful comments that they're having. One of them was a 3.5 out of 5. Was straw yellow in color with hazy complexion. There's a fingernail of actual white on top. Light lacing. There's almost no aroma, but I barely get some floral hops. The taste of touch of floral to faintly grassy hops. The mouth is very light and smooth. So, after listening to the Garrett's review, I think they have very similarities. Another one, 3.75 out of Illinois. Try this one out. It's refreshing, but looks start below my average. Too reminiscent of dishwater. Smells are more to style, but no. Dignity's aromas are more subtle. Characteristics of its name and certainly its packaging. Taste balances the fruity and bitter well for malt head like finishes refreshing. Another thing is like from BJ from Virginia. Goonies never say die, but his can says it was made in 2719. Hazy yellow with massive white head, a bunch of chunkies floating around. The aroma so far is mostly straw and grain, slightly herbal. No real hop aroma in this. Herbal with a hint of lemon, not a lot of. Medium light in body, moderate high carbonation. Overall, this seems like a miss. While the can is a bit old, there's still a general lack of anything closely. Okay, for a New England IPA, you know, like sometimes you cannot judge a drink by its cover. Like I had many drinks before where you would question the design, but when you drink it, all the better. So I'll definitely give it a try myself. I haven't had the chance to try it at all, but from all the reviews we had so far, this was the most I can hear of the citruses in that beer. So let's double check. So on Beer Advocate, this beer is definitely a New England IPA, ranked on number 2985, and got in the ratings is about an 85, which is, according to Greg's beer review logic, probably B plus. I believe B plus, one of the others. And this again, it is a seasonal beer, so definitely worth give it a try. So if you have a chance to check up on this one and want to visit, you better need to check it out. If you're close by, come on, check it out. If you have not yet, check it out. It is called the No Diggity from the Pigeon Hill Brewing Company. Thanks for watching. Until the next time. Stay thirsty.